Goals this season.
For this season?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's everyone's thing. We came unknown in the CCL last year and then finished second, and now people are doing power rankings and we're not even inside the top 10. Yeah, so it's kind of
Some
disrespectful.
people don't have us in the top 10, man.
Yeah, so it's kind of disrespectful.
Put
I
great
mean-
team up there.
Imagine we were ranked higher than
Yeah,
Did I get that?
I kind of just want to win.
How do you feel about new Call of Duty?
I like it. I like Black Ops games. I like. This game just felt a lot like they're caring a lot more, I should say. Like, I used to really like Infinity Ward games. But here, like, literally ever since people trashed Ghosts, it just feels like they don't care anymore. And it's like, I just want a game where, like, especially now that it's franchise, bro, like, there's no reason people are spending $25 million to get into a league, and we don't even get competitive updates for 6 months of the game.
I mean, I think the game's going to fit our meta really well. You kind of got to play, like your AR has to play slower because you have to play smarter, but then we still have the fast players who gets kills in hill, and this game's going to rely on like a lot of people to be in the hill. So I think it fits our meta well.
Really excited for 4v4 out here.
Yeah.
Really excited.
I think our 4 players are going to be really strong for this year, and I got confidence.
Is that good for that? So last year, half a million to bunker for CCL playoffs. How was that?
It was fine till the second grand finals match.
Elaborate.
They put us on an Oklahoma host that I was 2,000 miles away from, and I was 180 ping the second grand finals match.
I would say, like, apart from that, though, like, a lot of people said that we were winning because of the internet, and obviously that's not true. But, like, I think the biggest thing that hurt us was just, like, we used to be able to solve every conflict that we had in person, like, that day, or the next day that something happened. And then when we had to leave school, you know, like, we couldn't really solve anything. Like, we were really we were struggling a lot to, like, solve inter-team issues. And I think, like, that even got out in the CCO for, like, a good bit of people knew. And it was just tough, like, handling all the problems that before, like I said, we used to just be able to handle the day of or the next day or something like that. Like, just be done with it really quick and move on. And then leaving, it just, like, kind of screwed everything up. And we struggled with that literally up until the playoffs. And then it was like, I think everybody realized, like, it doesn't matter. Like, whatever in the past, whatever arguments or whatever, it's over, whatever. And just play to win. And yeah.
And, like, I don't know if people really know, but, like, a lot of the times not all 4 of us were in the bunker. Like, Chase
Yeah.
would be home, Jamie always played from home, and then it'd really be, like, Zach, Andrew, and I. But Chase was going home, like, every weekend because he needed to see his mama, and then Jamie always played from home.
Bro, wait, what?
But yeah, I don't think we're like everyone say we're a bunker-based team. I don't think that's the case. We proved to win with a person in Tennessee. I was all the way up in Connecticut, 2 people in Virginia, and him in West Virginia, and we destroyed all the top teams. So I don't think the bunker host played any factor in that.
So how was the start from last year's season to this season different?
So obviously we have a new coach this year. And I think like a lot of people, even last year though, like a lot of people hear, oh, they have a coach, and think like it's a coach. You know, like both of the coaches that we had, Jake and Austin, are more like a manager. Like that's how like anybody that was asked about Jake last year, I would just say he's like our manager. Like he handles the social media, the sponsorships and all that, and then this year Austin handles like the sponsorships really.
And like
And he works with the Overwatch team because he's an Overwatch kid. But like
when like Austin's honest with us, he's always like, I have no clue what's going on in Call of Duty. I don't know the game modes, the maps, nothing. I've never played it, never watched it. So it's like we don't have someone who's really ever helped us ourselves. We set up our practices. We talk things out ourselves. We go over VOD ourselves. It's not like we have someone there like, this is what you need to do. This is blah, blah, blah. Like Jake did that a couple times, but it's like we all have enough more knowledge than him to know what we're supposed to do. We don't have somebody who like, I don't know. I was going to say Nubsy, but he's terrible. But like a sender. We don't have like a sender who's sitting here like, this is really what you need to do, who's more knowledgeable than us, who can really help us. It's more us talking it out and trying to figure out what's wrong.
But I would say, like, overall, like, last year as well, it was, I don't think there was really any expectations last year from anybody. Like, even the school kind of thought, because, like, last year we couldn't recruit really. You know, as first year programs, you don't get to recruit. You know, you're kind of just, Jake was literally throwing, like, basically a blank check and said, go build a program. And, you know, I mean, we got everything that we need now. So, like, we got all the computers, PlayStations and all that. And then, so I feel like last year also, Jake was, like, more focused on building a program than being a manager or coach or anything. And then this year, kind of Austin has already came in and, you know, done a lot for the program already. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, you know, they're not like a coach. We are looking to get a coach, to recruit a coach.
That's what I was going to say. It was like,
But yeah, I mean, it's and we're all back with each other now. That's another like dope thing, you know. Like even though, like he said, you know, we all don't, especially now this semester where Nico's living off campus, I'm living off campus. I mean, there's only going to be like half of our team at the facility playing the matches, but I mean, it's still, you know, any time that we want, and even like after classes and stuff, I come by here and just chill. So it's like just being able to have that like. I guess connection, or I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Like just being able to like come by and like chill with each other and like be around each other again is, I think it's gonna be dope. Well, fun time.
How do you feel with the competitive scene switching to PC?
I don't really like. I think a lot of people are freaking out about it, but like. The thing is, like with this year, like it was a big deal because PlayStation 4's like specs and everything were just so outdated already. And you got kids like with 2080s this year running around and stuff. So I mean, this year was a big thing, but like next year, PS5 and Xbox Ones are gonna have like some pretty good stuff. So I mean, a lot of people like freaking out about it, but like at the end of the day, if you can't afford a PC, like a PlayStation 5 is gonna be
bad.
A crazy, like it's going to be, like I said to somebody yesterday, like if you get a cheap PC or a PlayStation 5, it's going to be basically like playing on a Slim to a Pro this year to somebody on a PC. So, I mean, I was upgrading PCs already, so I'm straight, but like, I don't really, I thought they were going to do it a couple years ago, to be honest, but like, as long as it stays on controller, because like, that's where COD belongs, dude, like, keyboard and mouse COD would not be fun to watch at all. Or play.
What are your expectations for this year since you went undefeated last year?
honestly, bro, like I think another undefeated season is just. I don't think any team is going to go undefeated.
The division's
Like
going to be so much harder this year.
everything, the league in general is just way more.
Sophisticated.
Like talented this coming year, which I like a lot because I suggested that they even go to like skill divisions or something because I mean I said even on Twitter like you could see like the difference in what's it called, like not emotions but like different, you could see the difference in like seeing us at the facility and then seeing like our gray team, and it's like, so I could only imagine like there's teams there that would like we beat like 250 to 50 every game.
6-0
And I
SMU.
know like it's not fun for us, bro. Like that was like literally the biggest.
I was like, oh, we got a really.
I just hated, like
Did you get off
it
your
was
really
like a
match?
drag, bro. It was
There was
like,
only like what 2 teams all year. We had what Purdue.
Yeah.
The very first game in the division was Purdue. And that was our hardest one.
yeah,
We went down 5-3 S&D, came back in 165, but like,
and then
then it was a line night.
yeah,
And but other than that, I was like, oh, we got a league match today. Do they want to play us? No. All right.
like I know it's like it's not fun for us, and I know it's not fun for them, but like it's harder than it's like it is harder because and then if you do skill divisions, then say like we played like a good Cali team or something, then what are you going to do for hosts and stuff like that? So I get why they do
I
like
feel like if remember we were talking about last year how Gray and us could have switched divisions, and it'd
Yeah.
been a whole lot better for Gray and a lot. Like,
I don't know
more
why they
competition
did
for
us in 2 different ones, but
If they would have swapped that, swapped that, it'd have been way.
yeah, I don't know.
We would have been. We'd had a really hard. Well, not really hard division. It would have still been tough
Yeah.
with GSU and all them, but it'd have been. We'd actually have to try.
but
yes.
yeah, I'm
And Gray probably would have made playoffs.
I'm still expecting a successful season, but I just think there's no way any team goes. Well, we were like 51-0, 57-0,
51. Yeah.
51-0, 17-0, and it was just that's like a one in like that's the last time it's gonna happen, I think,
Yep.
for any team, not just us. Like I just
And we're
And
the only team.
and it's only gonna like continue, like it's only gonna continue as more colleges take it more serious, and as more players realize like you can go to college and still play Call of Duty. You can play, bro. You don't have to live in your parents' basement every day, like. But I think it's just gonna continue to get more competitive in the scene.
I feel like there's a lot of weight on your shoulders this year with being so high ranked last year.
I feel like I think we're underestimated again this year, just because you have all the top challengers teams come in the CCL now. I think we're getting overlooked a lot.
I think
they're
it's-
already putting them over us, even
It's
though
the
they're
same
good.
stuff as last year, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, you had Texas A&M, which is supposed to be this unbeatable God squad that came to, and they had 2 COD champs players and this and that. And everybody all year thought nobody's even going to come close to them. Everybody else, in their words, are playing for second. And, it's like, we beat them and then Humber put them in the graveyard and Tespa.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it's just going to be another one of those years, dude. It's like,
They'll do good in the regular season.
we aren't like the most known players. We're not the best players either in the league, but like, when people, somebody said it on stream last year, bro. It's like when people doubt us, bro, that's when you get the best out of us. And I think, like we said earlier, like a bunch of teams or a bunch of people are putting us like outside of the top 10, even outside of the top 5, and it's like, I think that we were the best team last year. I think if we didn't have to go on the run that we did, like literally we were on all day in the CCL.
Midnight or something. We played grand final, second match.
It was like from noon till after midnight. And I thought that we were the best team. And then a year later, like I get there's more competitors and there's better people in, but I just don't see us grinding a game. Like, dude, I put like 5% effort into last year.
Yeah, like the league.
I got on, played the scrim, got right back off. And you know, if I enjoyed the alpha, so as long as I enjoy the game and everybody else enjoys the game and we can have fun playing, which I think that it's going to be an enjoyable game, like I said earlier, I think we'll be straight.
Are you worried about the meta changing at all with new guns coming into play?
I get to hold my M4 again, bro.
You know,
I guess it's like it is every year. You always want to see what good. I mean, the subs are pretty dominant in the alpha, but I don't know. Like they said, they're already making changes a lot, so there's the meta really won't. We really won't know the meta until they do week 1. And then even then, they said they want to make this game the most balanced game they've ever made. So even if something's good week 1, they might change it, like a couple weeks after. Or they'll pull an update right before the first LAN if they have a LAN this year. A week before the LAN, so I mean, I feel like it's just gonna be your typical 1 AR, maybe 3 subs, 2 ARs, a flex gun maybe. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, you know, I've played point guard in every 2K, so I think I can adapt pretty well. I'm averaging about 24 and 8 in the rec right now, so I think just adaptability.
Have you all decided who your 4th person is going to be this year?
Yeah, so we're actually going to be moving forward with.
So last season, it didn't go too well. Would you talk about it?
I'd rather not. No, we had a pretty rough season, as everyone could see. We were like 6-12, 6-13, something like that. We did not take the game or practicing as serious as we needed to. Our scrims were basically like going for like just playing for fun, basically. We kind of scrim. Shout out to Towson. They were our scrim buddies. They were the ones that scrimmed us every day because we were pretty much too bad to scrim anyone else. But they were they helped us a lot. But other than that, our season was we had a lot of internal issues with our team. I'd say some people would get off because we'd fight. We needed to be more mature, and I think we'll be able to do that this season.
So was there any improvement over the season last year?
Improvement, with the whole team. I would say yes. I didn't play the actual game until our first game of the season, which is why I didn't play right off the bat. So, and then I didn't actually get good at the game until the off season when I was playing in small online amateur leagues.
I didn't know you got good at the game.
Oh, you're dropped. But nah, we figured out, we did a couple role changes after the season was over. That's what we're running now. I think our roles now and the 4 and our 5 that we're running with now, our roles fit perfectly and the way we adjust things, and we're winning games we weren't winning last year. Within the role changes and just winning gunfights. And just learning a lot. We learned a lot from Maroon too, just by watching them, and then also them telling us we're idiots because we didn't know something. So we learned a lot just by watching them, and then also scrimming them once or twice, and then Chase standing up on me and calling me a dummy, an idiot.
You know, the question about improvement, it's pretty easy to improve from nothing. You know,
Exactly.
A lot of people they still don't realize that our team was thrown together out of nowhere.
None of us played comp, I think, outside of me.
I didn't even know what comp was until I tried out maybe a month before our first match ever. And a lot of us didn't know what comp was. We didn't know how to play competitively. And so just getting thrown in the mix and trying to figure it out for our first season was definitely a struggle. This season, we're coming with the knowledge of knowing how to play, knowing how to practice. And I think that's going to be the biggest improvement. It's just the knowledge from last year. It wasn't necessarily improvement in the game, but improvement in who we are as a competitive player.
So going off that, like you said, like going off nothing. Like we had 2 players that knew what comp was. The other was like Dakota was a blackout Warzone player. He only played blackout. The man came in with like what was the gun you used for tryouts?
Came in with the Galil. That's
Galil.
what I tried out with.
Yeah. But he had gun skill, so he stayed. But like going off that, like we have the gun skill to win. It's just like it took us a little bit to get the knowledge to other players and like the other players on the team, and then learning what positions work best for each player. Like some of us weren't playing in our natural roles, and it showed because we looked uncomfortable on the map. And we just learned a lot about each other, like within the game, and and then you also learn personally. So it helped a lot with that as well.
With you being captain this year, are you excited to see the team improve?
Yeah, I think 4v4 especially helps our team because I naturally play a lot slower. So I'm happy to be being back at my natural position at like main AR. So within the team, with me going to main AR, it changes roles around to where people are more natural with their roles. So 4v4 is a slower play style, and it doesn't reward teams for playing dumb because you don't have just a 5th person just running around like an idiot. So then like troll behind the camera. But I think it will balance out a lot of teams, and it will hurt some teams because that one person like going around the map killing people was like how they won. So I think going into 4v4, it rewards our team, especially because we play slower and we play more mechanically. So I think it'll help us in the long run.
Yeah, I'd have to agree because me personally, I was never a competitive player, so I was that guy running out pubs, doing what I wanted, and going into competitive, I was straight up a dot chaser, just like everybody says it. So I think us learning how to play differently, us adapting to a different play style will help us because we'll have both edges of the sword. In that case, we'll be able to get kills when we need them and then hold point and play slow when we need to do that too. And I think that's really important to level out a team, just like John said. Some teams is going to hurt and some teams is going to improve, and I really think it's going to improve our team, especially with the connection and playing together as a team instead of playing as individuals in individual places.
How does it feel like being the little brother to the Maroon team?
So in the community, it was rough because no one really wanted to play us. We would ask for scrims. People would quickly deny because we weren't that good. We basically didn't shoot back. So that's why Towson was a very good friend of ours. Even now,
No shit on Towson either.
No. Like they became some of our closest friends. Like we're not dogging them. Like they were the only ones that would like offer to scrim us, and we would scrim them. So they helped us get better, and I hope we helped them get better. But within the actual community, like no one really messed with us because we were like the annoying little brother that would like try to hang out with the big brother's friends, like try to be with that whole group kind of thing. So like no one like it's just at that point it's like we would get rocked to sleep if we played some of the teams they played. So,
And I think it hurt us individually too. I know when I first came, and just like we said, I didn't play comp, didn't know what comp was. And then having 5 of the best players in the CDL.
CCL?
CCL. All right. Okay. CCL. But having 5 of the best players in the CCL going in undefeated seasons, coming out of Black Ops 4, winning the Black Ops 4 Goodbye tournament, and not really knowing what to do, it was very overwhelming. I didn't know. There were questions I needed to ask. I didn't know how to ask. I didn't know how to improve myself. I know other players felt the same way. It was really intimidating coming in, and having to live up to expectations. That's what I'd like to say.
Yeah,
Even though we didn't have expectations to be a good team, it was like everybody expected. When they heard Concord, they heard undefeated, powerful team, and we just weren't that. And it was.
Yeah, it's true. So like that's what we want to get to this year. Is like.
You guys are making me cry.
we want to like going off like that question, like knowing how good the Maroon team is, like we want Gray to be a playoff team. We want like people to associate Gray with Maroon and Maroon with Gray. Like obviously we're not going to be to that caliber, but we want to be a good playoff team to where we don't look down, like they don't look down on us because we're not good, but we can compete at that level as well.
Listen, bro, I would just like to say we stood up and screamed at a team that beat them at
we're big
LAN.
bro. We're big bro.
Yo, little bro.
'Cause
You don't
yeah,
mess
bro.
with little bro.
Yeah.
Remember that? When we talked
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah,
You
don't
know,
mess with little bro.
we came in, screamed at dudes that beat them on land because they were screaming at them, and like, come on, man, you don't do that.